So today is January 2nd, 2025. I'm here to reflect on the previous year, which was 2024. There were definitely some positives and some negatives. So let's go start off with the positive, shall we? So me and my father, we went to our first golf tournament together, which was the Farmers Insurance Open. It was in Torrey Pines, and we had a great experience. We got to see some of the world's famous golfers, some of the best we've seen. Unfortunately, no Tiger Woods. And by the way, he's my favorite golfer of all time. He revolutionized the sport of golf. That was the main reason why I got into golf, was because of him. So yeah, it was a fun experience. I don't know if we're gonna do something like that again. He's getting old. I don't know, but let's go move on, shall we? Let's see. I also went to the fairgrounds with my friend, and it was the first time I've ever done that. I usually go with family, with my mom and dad, but I just wanted a new scenery, a new opportunity for me to experience going with a friend. I would say it was a great experience. I got a few artworks. He got what he needed. We managed to do a few rides. I think we had a few games. I definitely want to run it back sometime this year. If I have time to do it, of course, but I definitely want to run it back, maybe with more people. But the fair is kind of expensive because of the food, the tickets, and also games, rides. It's literally an all-day thing, really. We just did it at night because I guess my friend had work. So, but we managed to make it work. Speaking of work, so let's see. What's another positive thing? Oh yeah. So, actually, I decided to go to a new church. I felt out of place at my previous church, which was a non-denominational church. There was a lot of people. It wasn't like mega church sized, but it was to a point where it was garnering a lot of people. So I had to leave that church. I was in that church for 3 years. I still have friends there. I've kind of learned my previous lessons some times ago or some years ago. Never to burn bridges with anyone. So that bridge is not burned yet. And I don't plan to burn that bridge. But I decided to make the jump to a new church. It's a bit smaller, but it's like medium sized. There's a strong youth presence. You have a young pastor. And one of the things that I'm grateful for in that church is just giving me the opportunity to serve. Just weeks into the church that I was going to. So I got to help their young adults. Wonderful opportunity to meet some people from college, and what I did was I was setting up the chairs, I was setting up the stage for the young adults, and then I was gonna organize it back to where it once was before the young adults. So kind of like set and tear team. So yeah. And I'm grateful to the people that were in that team. We make a great team. We almost called ourselves a chairs team, or the chair force, wherever you want to call it. There was some great camaraderie there, and I also got into a life group this year. It was like an all men's exclusive life group. So got to learn a lot of life lessons from them, got engaged in some insightful discussions, and I'm grateful that they serve food before each discussion. So incredibly grateful. And I also got involved in the kids ministry. I enjoyed helping the kids. I enjoy seeing the kids, from playing video games to playing board games to just overall doing small group discussions. And then I also did their PowerPoints, so kind of like I was just controlling the slides. I was just being part of the presentation, and those are kind of like some of the highlights. And also went back to the Philippines. I'm gonna get to the reasons why later, but I got to see my family again. I got to see my Filipino friends again. So wonderful experience and opportunity. So I guess that's all for the positives, but for the negatives, I would say 2024 was kind of a rough year, not just for me but for my family. So the reason why it's rough is because I guess my grandmother, she was having health problems at the beginning of the year. That's why I came to the Philippines, was because I wanted to check in on my grandmother. Forgive me for the background noise, but it is what it is. My grandmother was having issues with her health. She's doing okay right now, but that is why we came to the Philippines, is to just check in on her. I know I'm just running into circles, but and then also my dad had heart surgery. He's recovering well, and as of now he's recovering well, but the recovery period was strenuous. It was stressful. It was difficult, not just for me but for my family, and also mostly to him, because he and I feel bad for him, because definitely recovery is not an easy thing to go through. I know the surgery can be kind of like a breeze. It's gonna be successful, but the recovery period is just it's just gnarly to see him go through that. And then for my like financial situation, I don't want to dive deep into it, but I felt like I've struggled financially first time in my life. Essentially, I felt like I lost more money than gained money this year, or this past year, I mean. So I've been bouncing from job to job because of my situation with family. So, and I think most of those jobs were kind of like dead end jobs, I would say. I wanted to pursue a career in those jobs, but unfortunately it didn't work out the way I wanted to. So I'm sort of looking for like a career change, a transition to a new career, and I think this year is basically the time to do it. That's literally all that's all for me in terms of reflecting this past year. We're about 10 minutes in, but I just want you to know that I'm optimistic for 2025. I definitely have some plans for this year, and I'm sure that in spite of the rough year, the rough 2024, it's gonna be a smooth sailing 2025. So keep your thoughts and prayers for me as I go through my transition to a new career, as well as recovering from the setbacks that previous year has caused me and my family. And yeah, that's about it for me right now. I definitely plan on filming more content. I have a documentary planned. So just keep your fingers crossed. Pray for me. God bless. And see you in the next one.